to the show from Michigan Department of Transportation, Jackson TSC Manager, Kelby Wallace. Kelby, welcome back.
Thanks, Bart. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for coming to my workplace. I went to your workplace a couple weeks ago. Well, one of your workplaces.
Right.
Yeah, but you weren't there.
No, we've got lots of projects going on, and I knew you had that one under control for the day, so I knew you would enjoy getting out there and kind of getting your boots dirty.
Yeah,
on
literally.
The I-94 project out west of Jackson.
Yeah, you are working in all kinds of weather, all kinds of terrain, including quicksand. And the Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist came out and inspected. And I was surprised. He wanted to see everything, and he wanted to go see that big tunnel you put under the 94.
Right, so that was a drainage tunnel that basically is a circular culvert that carries a creek under I-94, and we've learned over the past couple of years that the Lieutenant Governor is very hands-on, a very technical guy. He's actually got an engineering background. I want to say it's a mechanical engineering or electrical engineering degree. So really, we thought he might be interested. So I told everybody in the field, be ready. He's probably going to want to check out that new pipe we installed under 94, and we were right. So real good. They've been, the executive office, the governor and the governor's office, been very interested in these big, large projects across the state that they sponsored, the package of bonding that helped us build these and accelerate this construction to get these major projects done sooner than we would have.
Yeah, it is one of our priorities, and I think every week she sends out an update that she headlines that we're fixing the damn roads and listing all the projects underway. And there's a lot going on right now, even in just our area. And today we want to get an update on all that's happening.
Sure. So our project on 94 west of Jackson is moving along very well. I heard today was the first day that they were actually paving asphalt on the main lane of 94 on eastbound. So that's going to happen over 2 stages. But today was a big milestone to get paving this early. You normally don't start paving in April. But the weather's been great, and our contractor's been working hard, so they're started paving out there. The major milestone on that project that's coming up is our Deering Road interchange. We're kind of looking at towards around June 1st, where that interchange, the ramps and the bridge over I-94 will be closed. We'll be rebuilding that interchange completely to put roundabouts in. It'll look similar to the Michigan Avenue interchange out there a couple miles away. So folks are going to need to use actually Michigan Avenue to get off and get on the freeway for eastbound, and then for westbound, folks are going to have to either use the M60 south to Michigan Ave to head over to Deering Road, or they'll have to go on the freeway to Parma and then get off on Parma and then go back to Deering Road. So there'll be posted detours out, and that's expected to last till about Labor Day. To have everything back open. We are really scheduling that work when school is not really in session, was our goal. Really traffic drops off with the western campus south of there. When there's no school in session, the traffic levels drop a lot.
So both roundabouts are going to be done at the same time, north and south of 94?
Correct. Yep. We're going to do a little bridge repairs and build both those roundabouts, and then around Labor Day, everything open to traffic.
Yeah, and that will be nice because then the following year we're going to have a whole new school on that Deering Road, as the elementary school will be completed in time for fall 2025.
Right.
So a lot more traffic off and on 94. Yep. And of course Mackey, a lot of traffic for that.
Yes, so we've been coordinating. We're actually making some improvements to the traffic signal at Deering Road and at Michigan Avenue. We're adding a green turn arrow to help left turns be able to be made when folks are headed south from Mackey towards Michigan Avenue to head in certain directions down there. So that's really going to help traffic. So that stuff will be installed this month and be operational when the interchange closes.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
Here in Jackson, we've got some bridge work going on.
Yeah, so one real impact, if anybody's been driving on Cooper Street on the south end of town or on the north end of town or anywhere, we've got a lot going on. So our traffic signals are being upgraded, and they've got actually our new traffic signal poles and our mast arms, those very nice looking traffic signals that match the rest of town. They're all in place now, and we're getting ready to kind of cut the electricity over to those new signals. here shortly. So good progress on those. But we did start a bridge project since I think the last time I've been here, and it's on South Cooper, down by OmniSource, which is kind of in between High and Morel on the
Yep.
south side of town. Little high bridge. There used to be a railroad under there, and we're doing some major repairs to that bridge right now. So in order to do that safely, we actually had to detour southbound Cooper. We're using some city streets as a detour. I think it's Morel to Elm to High to back to Cooper. So that'll take about another 2 months, and then we'll switch, and then we'll reestablish southbound traffic on Cooper, and then we'll shut the northbound direction down and do the northbound side. So that's kind of an inconvenience for folks coming into town. On the north end of town, the city had a big water main and road project on, I believe it's called Arnold. It's just north of North Street on Cooper. They had to place a water main across Cooper to put in the new water main to make the connection. So they started that last week, so they had to detour Cooper traffic down North Street, I think to Lansing, over to Monroe, back to Cooper. I've heard that that should be opened up by the end of the week or early next week, though. They're making good progress out there too. So really starting out with a bang in town, and on our projects, everything is this weather is cooperated pretty well for all of our contractors.
It'll be nice when it's done. It is. Looking great, all the work that's been done. And one of the things that is a challenge to the construction crews is I would call them dangerous drivers that don't slow down, who don't give you a little space. And when I was standing on 94 with the Lieutenant Governor, we were this close to 18-wheelers whiz by, and you know, they make a lot of noise, and when you're standing that close, when they're flying by at 70 miles an hour, it's pretty scary. I can't imagine what it's like to have to work next to that all day.
Yeah, no, our construction inspectors, they are out there in that environment all the time, and I really admire them for that. They do a great job, and they're in an unsafe area at times. Same with our contractors, and same with our MDOT maintenance workers. They really are next to that traffic, filling potholes and stuff. And each April we try to have some public awareness throughout MDOT and across the country on work zone crashes. And there's some statistics on the board there about how many we experienced in 2022.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I looked, and actually 2023, the data hasn't been finalized because it kind of needs to be validated and make sure it's accurate before they release it. But the crashes did go down by about 200. The fatalities went down by about 5. I think the injuries went down. So between those 2 years, we're trending in the right direction. But, I think the things you mentioned, the distracted driving, right? That's Michigan recently passed the hands-free only devices law, but most people know when you're driving around town, you can be almost anywhere and see people who are not obeying that that rule. The speed limits in work zones, we set those typically at 60 because there's a lot more going on, and the slower you go, the more reaction time you have. And additionally, there's actually some pending legislation that hasn't been finalized yet that may allow, it has not happened yet, but it may allow automated speed enforcement to be set up in work zones with proper warning provided in the work zones to folks. But I think that's something that could provide some additional ways to get people to follow the speed limits in the work zones.
So that would be like cameras taking pictures of your license plate?
I think it's similar to that technology that happens in other states at people who run red lights and get those automatic tickets in the mail. So I think there's a lot to be worked out. It hasn't been passed by the legislature yet, and then obviously would still need to be signed by the governor to become a law. But it's something that's pending right now, and could provide some additional safety measures out there for workers and motorists.
It seems like a no-brainer, but I see there's a lot of opposition to it, and I think it's the big brother. But if you're against it, and if you follow the law, you got nothing to fear.
That's what I typically think.
All right. Well, hope everyone has a safe work season. Those are horrible statistics. Shocking, actually. if that many people die in a construction, and it's rear-enders. The people they're on the phones.
A lot of that rear enders and then folks veering off into the work zone because they see stop traffic in front of them. But
Yeah.
we've definitely experienced several of those in our big projects here in Jackson where people just aren't paying attention, you know. And we do things. We put the temporary rumble strips down to try to catch people's attention. We've got the speed limit signs that are flashing that says speed limit 60. And, you know, and I'll drive out there, I see people flying by me at 75, 80, 85, right? And,
Yeah.
and you know, and it's just, people just don't understand the ramifications of that kind of behavior. You know, as you and I have talked many times, imagine if that was your son, daughter, brother, friend that was working out there 2 steps away from traffic. Wouldn't you drive slower then?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but unfortunately some people don't really do that.
Great way to think of it. Thanks for all the updates. Good to see you, Kelby.
Great to see you.
Kelby Wallace, Jackson Transportation Service Center Manager for MDOT. We've got some birthdays.